One man, one mission, to rid the world of chronic anxiety once and for all. The Anxiety Guy, Dennis Simsek, shares his personal transformation from living a life filled with overwhelming worry to becoming a full-fledged positivity machine. A leading authority in generalized anxiety, Dennis gets to the truth of your mental health challenges and sets you on a path to transforming each and every area of your life. Here he is, the one and only, the Anxiety Guy.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Anxiety Guy podcast. I'm Dennis Simsek, and these podcast episodes will be made every Monday for people that suffer from anxiety, from panic attacks, chronic stress, and so on. So if you have any questions, make sure to visit our website under www.anxietyexit.com. And make sure to follow me on Facebook under The Anxiety Guy as well, because all our updates will be done through that channel there. So with that said, let's get on to episode number 18. Now, I got really emotional this morning when I got an email from someone, and this person has been suffering from health anxiety, which has been debilitating her for the last 4 years. And with that is coming a lot of what she says fatigue. And when she gave me the whole story as far as how she's physically, mentally, and emotionally feeling, it really brought back a lot of memories from when I was suffering from health anxiety for the 6 years that I did. And I couldn't help but to give her some powerful advice. And with that advice, I got an email back, and she was telling me how she was going to implement this new strategy that we have for her and so on. And I wanted to share that with you. So today we're talking about tension eliminators as well as relaxation. We're talking about fatigue. We're talking about how anxiety can make you fatigued in the many areas of your life. And that can come in 4 different forms. I like to go with these 4 different types of fatigues when people start to ask me questions about fatigue and the connection between fatigue and anxiety. And it starts with emotional fatigue. Now, emotional fatigue is basically the constant adrenaline fear cycle that can quickly leave someone emotionally exhausted. And basically this emotional fatigue has a huge impact on our adrenals. And when this happens, it makes the symptoms of anxiety much, much worse. And if you're feeling like, bad relationships and financial stress are adding to your emotional burnout, then you've basically hit your limit as far as this type of fatigue goes. And it needs to be addressed ASAP, because your mind and your body and your spirit are taking a beating, and it's time to start overcoming this type of fatigue today. The second one I like to address is what I like to call a fatigued spirit. And fatigued spirit shows up in your relationships, your careers, your friendships, and this can actually be the most devastating type of fatigue, because hope is actually what drives a person to succeed. When hope is lost, things can really turn hazy incredibly quickly. So if you have any questions on this type of fatigue spirit as well, make sure to hit me up on anxietyexit.com. The third one is mental fatigue. And as we go through these guys, see if you can make the connection between some of these types of fatigues and what you're going through right now. Mental fatigue. And this, I dealt with this for years. And to a person that doesn't deal with having a nervous mind, things are simple. Problems are looked at as challenges. But for someone who's constantly anxious, someone with a nervous mind, that exaggeration, it's a common thing to think that you're overdoing everything, you're exaggerating some of those small problems that happen in your daily life. Focus and concentration becomes a challenge for most people when mental fatigue sets in. So if you're dealing with mental fatigue, let's address that today. So we're talking about emotional fatigue, we're talking about a fatigued spirit, we're talking about mental fatigue, and the last one we're talking about is muscular fatigue. And as growing up as a professional athlete with tennis, this is one that really took its toll as far as when I was competing. And muscular fatigue is basically constant tension that can actually lead to muscular fatigue. And it almost feels like you're overdoing an exercise. So when you exercise for a long period of time and you feel kind of, physically fatigued from that exercise, imagine feeling that 24 hours a day and you'll get muscular fatigue. And it's funny enough that that anxiety can almost make you feel like you're running a marathon on a daily basis. And stress and anxiety and panic attacks and over worrying, these things can really take its toll on those 4 types of fatigues on a daily basis more than any type of other physical exercise that people are going through. And the problem with that is that it's much more difficult if you continue on this path. It's much more difficult to overcome these types of fatigues if they are not addressed. If they are not accepted, if they are not addressed, if you don't see them happening, the more you let them go, the more difficult it's going to be to overcome these types of fatigues. Now, I want to look at some of the ways we can overcome these types of fatigues. And sometimes one type of therapy can target all 4 types of fatigues. And I say therapy, but I'm going to look at these more as kind of tools, not therapy, tools. These are tools to overcome your emotional fatigue, your fatigue spirit, your mental fatigue, and your muscular fatigue. So let's get into it right away. And this is one that I get a lot of flask for, and a lot of criticism. That's the word, criticism for. And this one is where you have to train yourself to laugh again. I like to call it laughter therapy. When I lived in Asia for a long period of time there, for a couple of years, I realized that many therapies are based around the idea of laughter therapy. And laughter therapy, laughter therapy can really make a huge difference in the way you feel, in the way physically you feel, as far as overcoming your mental fatigue, as far as overcoming your emotional fatigue. So laughter therapy hits every type of fatigue that we're talking about today. Can laughter therapy boost an immune system that could be functioning at below average rates due to prolonged stress and panic? Yeah, absolutely. Does laughter therapy reduce stress hormones? Yes, in fact, laughter therapy reduces at least 4 hormones associated with the stress response. And finally, can laughter therapy help with blood pressure, pain reduction, respiration? And the answer, of course, is yes. Basically, you need to learn to laugh at yourself from time to time. I understand people are going through tough times today. I get emails about it every single day. I get it. But the best way for you to overcome this moment in your life and to work with laughter therapy is to teach yourself to laugh again. Whether that is through daily, structured shows that you may be watching, whether it's through different podcasts that are humorous, whether that is being around people that bring out some of that laughter within you, whatever it may be, you need to start thinking about retraining yourself to laugh again. Because as I know, many people that are dealing with anxiety are always constantly worrying, constantly putting on a frown face, constantly within themselves, thinking about what the next symptom might be, thinking about when the next panic attack might happen. So we are so far away from that positive side, guys, that you need to start practicing how to laugh again. Learn to laugh at yourself. I bet you'll find many examples of where you can do this right now if you think about some of the experiences that you take so seriously, when in fact it's nothing at all. So take a good look. Moving on. Music and binaural beats. The idea that listening to certain music can in fact boost your immune system might sound crazy, but the science in fact backs it up. Soothing music is known to decrease the levels of the stress hormone cortisol. Now, I was a big skeptic when it came to binaural beats until I started to fall asleep to these types of frequencies at nighttime. And I said, if this can help me sleep, maybe it can help me with my anxiousness, my constant active thinking, and my concentration, and absolutely it can. I want you guys to understand that binaural beats comes with different types of frequencies, and it's up to you to do your research as far as which frequencies are going to help you with what type of reaction you want from them. Some are guided towards deep meditation, dreams, and a deep sleep. Others are for helping people concentrate better. Others are for problem solving, and there are deep levels of the subconscious coming out, deep dreamless sleeps and loss of awareness of their body. There are many types of different frequencies when it comes to binaural beats that are going to help you overcome the fatigue that you're feeling today. Number 3, and this is big, and this is not something that I'm saying, guys, get out there and give it 100%. No, 15 minutes a day of exercise boosts circulation, delivers the nutrients to your skin, helps to detoxify the body by removing toxins. And check it out. A couple weeks ago, I did an episode on Candida. And one thing that I forgot to mention was the connection between exercise helping you remove those types of toxins from your body. So if you're suffering from Candida and that's playing a part as far as you and your anxiety goes, exercise is huge. And make sure to commit to a type of exercise, because it's important to include the 3 different types of exercises, because with exercise, what happens is we tend to become quite bored of the same old. So one day, your exercise could be related to stretching, moving your joints as far as they can go without experiencing that pain. And some ways of doing it is through different types of dance classes, yoga, or Tai Chi. So stretching is one way to get your 15 minutes minimum to 30 minutes of exercise a day to help you with the fatigue. Endurance, walking, biking, aerobics, swimming, stair climbing. Not only build your coordination and endurance, but also strengthen up your muscles so that doing these daily activities such as carrying your groceries and lifting things that are heavy become much, much easier. The third one is adding strengthening exercises. So helping to build strong muscles, can be done with weights on your ankles, wrists, free weights, resistance machines, bands, whatever you choose. So make sure that when you guys think about exercise, and if you're starting something or you've done it for a while, make sure to add stretching, endurance, and strengthening exercises to your daily activities. Now, another one to overcome fatigue is photography. I talk about this a lot. Photography is the best hobby an anxious person can actually have. And the reason is it opens up your outside world of opportunities and takes the attention instantly off of your inside world and your worries about your symptoms, your work deadlines, your bills, your fatigue, and so on. Anything, photography is just one example, guys, but anything that can take your attention off of yourself, your anxious symptoms, your over worrying, and to put that focus and attention onto something external in your outside world is something that you have my blessing on. And photography is just one way to overcome the fatigues that we're talking about today. Imagery meditation. These sensitized nerves that we have right now, that you have, are always basically on high alert. So it's important, at least in the first month, to use some kind of a guided visualization, guys. And if you go on The Anxiety Guy on YouTube, my channel, you'll see 2 extremely powerful guided meditations. And these are imagery meditations that are going to help you to understand and accept the uniqueness of you in this world. And it's really going to help you to recognize that the only pressure you ever feel is the pressure you put on yourself. When that pressure is gone through imagery meditation, your true nature will reveal itself in a short period of time. I really believe in imagery meditation, but I believe it in small doses on a daily basis. So it's not something that you do once a week that you're going to get any benefit from it, guys. You're not going to overcome these types of fatigues by doing it once in a while. You have to commit. Massage. The only way to really, feel the benefits of massage is to really experience it for yourself. Touch reduces stress, creates a happy feeling, which people that are dealing with high anxiety levels need in their lives. The release of this serotonin into the body, the happy chemical, is what makes you feel happy and helps you control your moods. And when I lived in Bali and the price of massages over there were cheap, of course, nobody was certified or whatever, but just the simple touch of another person and just giving you that tension eliminator for your physical body did so much good to me, guys. So massage is absolutely crucial. Put in the money, put in the time, do it once a week, get the benefits out of it. Buddha said that the body is precious. It is our vehicle for awakening. Treat it with care. Treat it with care, guys. Another one is progressive muscle relaxation. And this is one that I had to really dig deep within myself to really understand the benefits of it, because what it is it's tightening your muscle groups and releasing, tightening your muscle groups, releasing, and it starts at your toes and it goes all the way up to your scalp. And progressive muscle relaxation takes away the physical fatigue that you may be feeling. It takes some practice. It takes a really good guided progressive muscle relaxation video or audio, but the benefits towards overcoming your fatigue is huge. Yoga. We tackle the mental, the emotional, the muscular, and the spiritual fatigue all in one type of exercise. Not only that, but yoga actually helps you your ability to breathe properly and maintain it. Basically, if you are going through anxiety, your breathing is very shallow. It's very chest driven, and what yoga does is it not only tackles the other parts of it. It tackles the breathing, how to breathe properly, and you're going to get tons of benefits from it, guys, as far as all the types of fatigues go. And finally is just sleep. Research has shown that 6.5 to 7.5 hours of sleep is ideal. And even more incredible is the fact that people who sleep that amount live longer than people who sleep 8 hours or more. So it's important to get between 6.5 hours to 8 hours of sleep on a nightly basis, and that is the target. The target, sleep. And again, those visualization sessions that I have on the Anxiety Guy YouTube channel will help you with insomnia and things related to sleep as well. There's one more, guys. There's one more that I left out. The final tension eliminator for the types of fatigue that we're talking about today, and that is sex. Yes, I did it this time. I said the S word. And I do want to talk about it because if you're in a relationship, fantastic. Dr. Oz, in fact, said that the two key stress fighters are exercise and sex, and that the best way we can turn off the excessive production of cortisol, which is your stress hormone, is by having more sex. And this is one that's not talked about, and I get it, but it does improve it improves the ability to decrease your anxiety levels, guys. And in closing, take a good notice of what type of fatigue, if not all of the types of fatigue that are bugging you, that are really hurting you as far as the different aspects of your life. Emotional. Are you emotionally fatigued? Do you have a fatigue spirit? Are you down and out? Is hope fading away? Mental fatigue, muscular fatigue, and start to implement at least 2 or 3 of these types of tools in order to overcome these types of fatigues in your life, guys. Again, going over them: laughter therapy, learning to laugh again, binaural beats, finding the right frequencies to help you. Listen to them. They're going to help big time. Exercise, implementing stretching, endurance, strengthening exercises when it comes to exercise. Photography, finding a hobby that's going to take you from your inside world more to your outside world. Imagery meditation on the Anxiety Guy YouTube channel. Do it every single day. Massage, put in the time, put in the money, get the benefits out of massage. Progressive muscle relaxation, as uncomfortable and as opposite as you might think this is to tighten your muscles, it actually works. Yoga is fantastic. Get the breathing right. It's just fantastic. I can't say enough about yoga. I do it on a daily basis. Sleep, 6.5 to 8 hours of sleep a day. And sex, let's not be embarrassed to talk about it. Let's get the benefits out of it. And if you have any questions, guys, www.anxietyexit.com. Hit me up. Follow the Facebook page. I do these episodes every Monday. I'll see you guys next week. Can't wait to talk to you guys again. See you soon. Have a wonderful day.